Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for the third day of the session. I welcome you all for the third day of the session. A pleasant morning to all. A pleasant morning to all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the International One Week Faculty Development Program on Deep Learning Techniques for Social Media Analytics, jointly organized by the Department of Computer Applications, Pongu Engineering College, Perandurai, Tamil Nadu, India, in association with the College of Computing and Information Sciences, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, IBRI, Oman. This program promises to be an enriching experience, bringing together esteemed faculty and researchers from around the globe to delve into the latest advancements in this dynamic field. We extend our warmest greetings to our esteemed resource persons, dedicated organizing team, distinguished faculties, and researchers. Welcome, where every moment begins with open arms and endless possibilities. For those who may not know me, I'm Divisha from the Department of MCA, and I'm thrilled to be facilitating today's session. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the faculty members joining us today. Thank you for taking the time to invest in your professional development. Today's session is designed to focus on mastering the art of Instagram impressions using deep learning models. We have a fantastic speaker lined up who will be sharing invaluable insights with us. With further ado, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today's session. Today, we have the privilege of hosting an esteemed scholar whose contributions to the field of artificial intelligence are truly remarkable. Please join me in welcoming Dr. S.V. Kokilavani ma'am, Associate Professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence at Konga Engineering College, Tamil Nadu, India. We welcome you, ma'am. With over 15 years of teaching experience, ma'am brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to our virtual podium. She is a distinguished specialist in machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. She has an advanced prolific publication record boasting 48 international journal papers. Additionally, she has actively contributed to the academic community by participating in 13 national conferences and an impressive 37 international conferences. Beyond academic achievements, she has demonstrated a commitment to practical research, successfully completing two funded projects that have contributed significantly to our understanding and application of artificial intelligence. She has also demonstrated remarkable proficiency in guiding research endeavors. Among her illustrious achievements are the prestigious Best Faculty Award in Congo Engineering College in 2016. Additionally, she was honored with the Outstanding Women in Engineering Award by the Venus International Foundation in 2017. I encourage each of you to seize this opportunity to engage actively, ask questions, and glean wisdom from one of the foremost authorities in the field. Now, I request Kokilavani ma'am to take over the session.
Good morning to one and all present here. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me share my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Is my screen visible?
No, no, ma'am.
Now, now is it visible?
No, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. Shall we start our session now?
Okay, ma'am. We will start.
I welcome you all for this morning session on mastering social media data analysis, on particularly Instagram data analysis, impression data analysis using deep learning and machine learning models. Let us move on to the session now. Is my screen visible? Is it moving? My screen moving to next slide?
No, ma'am. It's showing the first screen, ma'am.
Now, now, is it visible? Let us move on to the introduction session now. So, as we all aware that in today's scenario, we are working in the, we are very connected with every people in the world is connected through social media networks. So, in this, we are working and we are connected through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagrams. Particularly, today we are going to talk with how to do or how to make a analysis with this particular Instagram data analysis. So Instagram is one of the most popular and after that people can download the photos and videos and share them between them and they follow these different people can follow between them and they can choose friends among them and they can also view they can share their views they can comment between them and they can share the different posts between them and everything can be made between the people are good. There may be a good communication takes place between the people who work on this particular Instagram. So this Instagram is used mainly by the professionals for many different things, such as creating the content. For example, blogging purpose they can use to display the portfolios mainly, and for particularly for business marketing they can use. So this Instagram is always changing to better serve creators. Mainly, it is used for creating, mainly for blogs and to improve user experience. So, if you want to work with better, if you want to get some experience of others, what other people think about your work on it, what other people wrote about your work, what about their if you want to get reviews about it, then you can post it whatever may be, whether it is of photos or whether it is of any comments, whatever thing you want, you can post it in the Instagram and you can quickly get information about the others views on it. So in that way, this particular Instagram is mainly useful for sharing the user experience. So these changes or adoptions can have a big impact on our posts and how these posts reach between the users. That is main thing. Whether this particular post made by one particular person reaches n number of users, or one particular post is read by only one user n number of times. That makes a lot of difference. So there is a difference between these two things. So these things can be analyzed. We can analyze. There is a difference between these two things. So that can be analyzed, and there may be a difference. Ultimately, these things can determine how successful we are on this particular e-learning platform in the long run. So as a result, content producers, for example, people who are working on social media networks and they want to succeed in this particular thing over a long period of time, should investigate on this particular Instagram data analysis, which is very much useful for them, whether posting one particular post or comment or putting anything on this particular Instagram is improving their marketing trend or not. That particular data analysis makes very much important, and today's scenario, this particular thing is very much needed for the people who are working in the social media environment. So this particular Instagram is most prominent social media platform, and it is a central hub for sharing the content, experience, and thoughts and perspectives. And tracking your success on Instagram is a way to make your Instagram marketing more effective. And it is just like our other social media platforms, and it collects and organizes variety of metrics. Not only one metric, variety of metrics are available to help you people to see how you are doing your thing in a social media environment. And out of all the metrics which are all available in social media networks, if you want to pay attention, two important metrics are there. One metric is called impression and another metric is called reach. So first of all, we need to know about what is the difference between these two things. What is meant by impression and what is meant by reach. So if you know the difference between these two things, then only we can get a clear idea about how to analyze the data on the Instagram. So first we move on to what are impressions on the particular Instagram. So the impressions on the Instagram represent how many times your Instagram content has been displayed on the screen. For example, let us say about if you post a piece of content on the Instagram and a particular user sees on it. So that counts as one impression. So suppose that, let us say that same user sees that same content three more times. So that counts as three more impressions. So simply put, the same user again sees the same content five more times. So the count increases. So simply, if I say that impressions are the measure of visibility. So visibility in the sense how many times that particular content is seen by the person. So the higher the number of Instagram impressions, so the content you can seen by others are more. So suppose if you are these impressions are the best measure of visibility. So what is meant by reach? That is the next step. So this reach metric shows how many different users have seen your content. So what is the difference? Now I think you people are aware that what is the difference between these two. So same user sees different times because as a human being, if we like one particular photo or one particular thing we like very much means we people are seeing the same thing again and again. So if the same user sees the same photos or same concept again and again, then it will not reach so many users. So that particular concept is called impression. But reach is something different. Reach means how many different users sees that particular content or post or comment or photo, anything that is displayed on the Instagram. So in this reach itself, there are different types of there. What are they? So just first we want to know to what are the different first important three types which are all present in this reach. The first thing is called organic reach. So what is meant by organic reach in the sense? This one refers to the number of people who see your content in their feeds. The meaning is that you don't have to pay for an advertisement. For example, if you want to show to them your content, so these people probably see your content because they have chosen to follow you on Instagram. Therefore, there is no need to pay for an advertisement. But what about the second one? The paid reach. So this is the thing, the number of people who saw your content because they paid for a particular advertisement. So you are paying to get in front of that particular people so who would not have otherwise seen your content. And third one is called viral reach. So this particular one refers to number of people who see your content because other people have shared it. So other people share the things, therefore you can see it. So who see your content because other people share it, because of sharing of things you can see it. So there are three different reaches. So this reach metric in your Instagram analytics can help you gauge the effectiveness of your advertisement. So if you make any advertisement in your Instagram, so based on these particular three metric, this advertisement can reach the end user. So impressions also matter in your Instagram marketing. So these two things, one is impression and another one is out of different metrics. These two metrics plays very very important role for marketing. For example, 1,000 impressions with a reach of 100, which would be an average of 10 impressions per user. So one user can read 10 impressions. So low Instagram impressions right after launch can also be a sign there is something wrong in your advertisement. So this is the impact analysis. So from this impact, we understood that therefore something wrong in my advertisement. Therefore, I have to change the mode of advertisement. So something may not have loaded correctly, or we did wrong. You to go back and check your creativeness and fix some errors which may available in your advertisement. So this is the way in which we can correct and we can correct the copy. So these are all the metrics which can be used to avoid errors and which can be used to improve potentially our marketing scenario. So why do these impressions on Instagram is made? So this is very much important. So these impressions also matter in Instagram marketing. Low Instagram impressions right after launch can also be a sign there is something wrong. So we go for Instagram analytics. So this particular Instagram analytics is mainly useful for improving the marketing. This is the main ultimate aim. Ultimate aim is improving the marketing trend. So next we move to what is meant by Instagram dashboard. So instead of doing this simply an analytics, data analytics part, what happen if we create a dashboard? So before creating the dashboard, initial days we are having manual reporting and building charts in spreadsheets. So initially we are doing with Excel sheets and all. We are creating some charts. We are comparing some data and we are doing some analysis on the data. And based on the analysis, we are creating some charts and explaining what are all the advantages and disadvantages and creating some KPIs. comparisons, everything can be given to the end user with the help of charts. So suppose in this approach, some disadvantages are there. Even though it is good, this approach, even day-to-day approach is results in time wastage of time. That is the one thing. And second one is untrustworthiness of data. So these two disadvantages, due to these two disadvantages, we are moving to Instagram dashboard. So these dashboard centralizes the key metrics and it provides different advantages compared to the manual creation of reporting and preparation of charts and descriptions. So what are the advantages means? The first and foremost thing is called centralized data visualization. So the meaning is that, so if you create an Instagram dashboard, so we can aggregate the data from various Instagram metrics like impressions or otherwise from reach or otherwise from shares and different types of metrics are there. From there, you can get into one particular application. So this centralization simplifies the process of monitoring different perspectives, monitoring your content from multiple perspectives, monitoring your activity from multiple perspectives, including what is the follower growth, how many followers are there, and day to day, is there any growth is there in your followers or not, and what is your engagement rate, and what is your content performance. So likewise, different metrics and different analysis you can do in a centralized way. So that is the advantage of doing your data or maintaining your data in a dashboard. And second advantage is efficiency, time efficiency. So this dashboard dynamically produces and rapidly generates the insights. So which will allow the marketers in the sense it focuses on the planning process and creative development rather than simply the executive task. And the third importance is real-time monitoring. So this particular thing, this immediately got the impact of their content and campaigns you can do it, and you can do real-time monitoring. So the dashboard is responsible for real time. You can dynamically monitor the activities, you can optimize the performance, and you can engage the audience in a real time. And the fourth one is campaign tracking. So for campaign spanning, multiple tools are involving diverse content types. So this particular dashboard simplifies the tracking overall campaign effectiveness. What is the effectiveness of the campaign? So allows for the evaluation of individual posts. So even though multiple posts are there, you can evaluate what is the impact of individual posts and what is the impact of overall aggregate posts, and you can understand which one is which one or which leads to among the aggregate posts which post leads to which is responsible for producing the better application. And the last one is reporting simplification. So it creates this particular dashboard creates reports for the stakeholders or team members, so which will be very much easy to understand. So that we already aware that nowadays in business intelligence also we are creating everything can be represented in terms of dashboard only. So it can be represented. For example, if you want to generate a dashboard for player, so you can create a single page which provides all the information about a player. For example, if you take a cricket player, that particular cricket player's information, entire information about the cricket player can be projected into a single page. So that particular page can represent the whole history of that particular page. Similarly, if you want to create the portfolio for the company, the entire information about the company, what is the profit, what is the loss, in which year the company was started, and what about the turnovers, everything will be mentioned in the same page in the dashboard. Likewise, here also we can create a dashboard in order to maintain every information in a single place. So the report itself is customized. So these customizable report features enable the extraction of data is very, very simple. So this process is very much simplified. Automatically, we can get the data in a very preferable format. What may be your format, preferable format? So you can get into that particular preferable format. You can get into the clear communication and you can improve the efficiency. So these may be the disadvantages or it may be the advantages of including or working with the Instagram dashboard. Next one is how to do the Instagram data analytics. So this particular Instagram data analytics may be performed with the help of two different ways. One is with the help of a third-party dashboard builder, and another one is with the help of in-app analytics platform. So if you go with third-party dashboard builder, then this particular third-party analytics tools that may be used to aggregate your data from various heterogeneous data sources, not only from Insta. Here, various data sources denotes your Twitter data or your Facebook data or from your Instagram data. So it can be mainly used for combining the data with the help of different metrics and other social media platforms, various e-commerce sites, various CRM systems and offline channels. So it can be combined, and once if it can be combined, then it can be stored in your data. That is, instead of creating one particular data source, it can be stored in data warehouse. So data warehouse can be created, and in the data warehouse, the data can be stored. From that particular data warehouse, the data can be taken and it can be analyzed. So for that, separate tools may be available. We can utilize those third-party tools for building this dashboard. And second methodology is in-app analytics platform. The name itself denotes this particular Instagram in-app analytics platform is used to provide the facility in the application itself. So this particular thing is very much useful resource marketing professionals. So for example, if you are having mobile phone, in the mobile itself, this particular application app is installed and you can use this particular app for doing your analytics part. And this provides only basic insights into account performance, not so much detailed applications or detailed information, detailed insights into the business process. You cannot get into this particular analytics platform. That is the main disadvantage of this method. So most probably, we can utilize the tools, or you can go with any one of the algorithm, or we can majorly depends upon the main deep learning or machine learning models available for doing the analytics part. So now we come into what are all the machine learning models or deep learning models available for automating this data analytics part. So one of the most important type of algorithms used for analyzing this Instagram post is passive aggressive algorithms. So the name itself denotes this type of algorithm is mainly used for instantaneous posting. So the meaning itself, the name itself denotes these types of algorithms are mainly used for large scale online learning purpose. So the meaning is that the input data comes in sequential order, and this particular model is capable of training at the same time. It is capable of analyzing the data in a step-by-step manner as opposed to batch learning. I think you people are aware that what is the difference between this particular sequential learning and batch learning. So there in batch learning, the entire training data set is used at once, whereas in this type of sequential learning, we are using incremental way of training data. We can use the training data in an incremental way. So in an updated way. So that is the reason why we can use this passive aggressive algorithm for online learning purpose. So this is very much useful in situations where we are working with very huge amount of data, and it is very much that is not feasible to train the entire data set because of the size of the data. So we can simply say that this particular online learning algorithm will get a training example, update this particular classifier then and there, and throw out the exam. So this particular algorithm is why it is called as passive and why it is called as aggressive. The meaning is that if the prediction is correct, then keep the model and do not make any changes. That is the meaning of passive. So it is keep as such. No, not possible or not necessary to make so much changes in the model. So that is the meaning is that the data in the example is not enough to cause any changes in the model. So that is the meaning of passive. So what about the aggressive, the second half? So if the prediction is incorrect, the next stage, if the prediction is incorrect, then in that case, we need to make changes to the model. So there is a need to make some changes to the model and we need to incorporate and adopt those changes and those changes, some change into the model may correct. So that is the meaning of aggressive. So these passive aggressive algorithms are mainly used for or mainly used to work with this type of impression data analysis. Now let us directly move on to um, practical aspect of how to analyze this particular impressive data analysis on Instagram data. Are you able to see my screen, everyone? So, lab, anyone, please?
We can see a screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, but this particular application requires. I am going to explain you with the help of Python coding. So here we are in need of the standard Python libraries, so pandas as well as NumPy and Matplotlib and Keyboard, all these things, and to display the importance of the particular text data which are available in the Instagram data set. Word cloud is also used. And this particular text data analysis comes under natural language processing. We are in need of natural language processing steps. ITC people aware that from the introduction of section itself, people aware that natural language processing deals with different stages, starting from pre-processing of data and pre-processing in the sense text normalization, removal of special characters, and converting this characters lowercase, uppercase, or and then removing special characters, then removing stop words, lemmatization. After doing lemmatization, all these things are called normalization, text normalization. After doing text normalization, the next stage is feature extraction. Extracting the feature in the sense getting the important features from the text. So that process is done with the help of any of the feature extraction algorithms available, like singular value decomposition or latent dirichlet allocation, like that different methods are available. After doing feature extraction process, we need to do the next stage is called converting the text data into numerical data, then applying the either machine learning or deep learning models. So, in order to convert the text data into numerical data, various vectorization models are available, either count vectorizer or PFIDF vectorizer, like that. Different methods, weighted schemes are available. So, all these things we are in need of. These NLTK toolkit is required. Okay, and sklearn package is required. So then after that, we are going to work with the passive aggressive regression for analyzing this particular Instagram impression data. So this particular Instagram impression data analysis, I'm going to take the data from that is Google. So that particular data set consisting of the following columns. So I'm going to explain deeply about what are all the columns available in the that is data impression Instagram data. It is available as a CSV file. So as you see that this particular data set consisting of different types of columns starting from home, from hashtags, from explore, from other, saves, comments, likes, shares, how many followers, caption, profile visits, like that we are having different things. And now we are going to work with this particular data. For this, just I'm going to explain what are the fields available here. So, in addition to this, you are having the last column is called caption and hashtags. So first, we are going to work with how the data is distributed, okay, with respect to from home field. Are you able to see the graph?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes. Yes, yes. Okay. So this particular graph represents the impressions I get from the from home section on Instagram, and it shows how much my posts reach my followers. So looking at the impressions from home, it's very difficult to read all my followers daily. So x-axis represents from home attribute and y-axis represents the frequency. So it's very difficult to check from the home data. It's very difficult to identify all my followers daily. How many followers are following me daily? So I am going to take another parameter or another feature from hashtags. So this one, it's I think it's very much easy for me from hashtags. The second one shows from hashtags. So these hashtags are nothing but the tools so which we are used to categorize our post on Instagram so that we can reach more people based on the kind of content we are creating. So that is the purpose of hashtag. So looking at hashtags, impression shows that not all posts can be reached using hashtags, but many new users can be reached from hashtags. Am I right? Are you able to follow my words? Anyone? Please respond. Anyone? By seeing the hashtags, we can say that not all posts can be reached by hashtags, but new users can be reached from the hashtags. Next, I move to explore. From explore. So here, the explore section of Instagram is the recommendation system. So in Instagram, the recommendation system of Instagram is there. It recommends posts to the users based on their preferences and interests from Explore. So if we understand what is the purpose of each and every attribute present in the Instagram data set, then only it is possible to analyze the data. So this particular explore attribute or feature is the recommendation of or recommendation purpose of Instagram. So it recommends the post to the users based on their preference and interest. For example, if we are searching for one particular watch, then related watches will also be displayed either right side, right corner, or bottom corner of our screen immediately. So that is based on this particular feature. So by looking at the impressions that I have received from this particular explore section only, I can say that Instagram doesn't recommend our post much to the users. So some posts have created a good reach from the explore section, but it's still very low compared to the reach I receive from hashtags. Hashtags, if you see the hashtags, so we can receive good number of response. But from explore, I can receive less number of response only. But compared to this one, compared to from explore, from home also somewhat better. So these are all the analysis we can make it on the spot. Now come to other sources. See this? These are all the from other. These much of responses I can get from other feature. So after that, I can get it to, I can take the features from home, from hashtag, from explore, from other. Only four, and I'm going to sum up all these, and I'm going to get you what are all the total amount of posts that I can receive from various. So from home, through from hashtags, through from explore, through from other sources. How can I see the Instagram posts on these various resources? So that will be displayed as a figure like this. So from this, I can clearly understand that so major response I can receive through from home only, and from hashtag next receive, that is the value is 2,24,614 post. Here the value is 2,94,619 post. If you see other 20,360 post, and if you see from explore it is 1,28,294 post. So once if this is done, the next thing is I have to remove the stop words, I have to join, and I have to represent in terms of importance. So the word cloud is mainly used to represent the words which are present in the post, in the Instagram post based on their importance. So after removing the stop words, we can represent the words which are present in the Instagram post based on their importance. So after seeing this particular thing, I can say that this particular Instagram post mainly talks about data science, machine learning, time series data, deep learning, project ideas, skill sets, science project, Python, learning skills, link data set, model, analysis, learning process like this. So this particular word cloud is mainly used to represent what my Instagram data, post, comments talk about. So once if this is after performing this, I can do this and I can interpret with the help of two different things. One is with the help of a classic representation, I can do this, and another one is I can represent with the help of caption, and another one is I can represent with the help of hashtags. I can represent this. So if I take with respect to hashtags, okay, so here based on hashtags, the word cloud representation is something different. So based on hashtags, the word cloud representation talks about Python projects, Python code, Java programming, Python programming, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, Python projects, data analytics, data science, data scientist, machine learning, and so on. Okay. So this particular importance may vary based upon this Then I can go into how to represent the relationship between the different types of impressions. So here you are having the different types of data analytics, analyzing the relationships to find the most important factors of our Instagram page. So in theory, we already talked about what is the difference between impressions and reach. So impression is count individual how many times see one particular post, and reach is nothing but how many number of users individually read that particular comment. So this particular now let us analyze the relationship between the most important factors of our Instagram. So the relationship between likes and impressions can be represented like this. So from the graph, we can say that there is a linear relationship between the x-axis represents impressions and y-axis represents likes, and there is a linear relationship between the number of likes and the number of reach I got on a particular Instagram post. So now next move on to the relationship between the number of comments and the total impressions. See this in the second diagram, second graph represents the relationship between the number of comments and total impression. So from this, it looks like the number of comments we get on a post doesn't affect on its reach. There is no effect on its reach. There is no relationship between. There is in previous one we can a linear relationship. So if it is increases, number of likes increases, then impressions increases. But here there is no relationship at all. Therefore, we can say that there is a no relationship between this one and what is this likes and impressions, comments and impressions. Next, we move to saves and total impressions. The relationship between saves and impressions. Likewise, we can get into. So here also, the more number of saves will result in higher reach. But it also don't affect the reach of your post, like our reach. So see this again. There is here. If you compare this one comments, if you compare the saves, like reach, we are having linear relationship between the number of times my post is saved and the reach of my Instagram post. Again, there is a linear relationship between my number of times the post is saved and like it is just like my reach. So there is a linear relationship between these two things. Now let us move on to what may be the correlation between all the columns which are present in the impression data set with the data which is available in this particular impression data set. So always we know that impressions with the impressions data column, the correlation between impressions with impressions is 1. Impressions between impressions and from explore is 0.89. So follows and impressions is 0.88, likes 0.84, from home 0.84, saves 0.77, and lists is comments. So that is clearly explained through the diagram also. So if you see the comments, you see this. So there is from this diagram itself we can say that there is less relationship between the impressions and the comments, but high correlation between from explore and impressions. 0.89 is the correlation between your impression and the from explore attributes. The next thing is in Instagram, this particular conversion rate means how many followers you are getting from the number of profile visits from the post. So here you can use some formula to calculate the conversion rate. So that formula you can get it from you can use the standard formula which is available, and from this particular formula you can use that particular formula. The formula is explained in coding itself. You can use that particular formula to get into the conversion rate. How many persons that are who are as followers but regularly following your commands. You are going to use or you are going to regularly following you becomes seeing your post and becomes your impression. So based on this formula, the conversion rate is displayed here. The conversion rate for this particular data set is 41. The next thing is, so the conversion rate of my Instagram is 41. So which is very good conversion rate finally. So the next thing is the scatter plot. So which is used to
Ma'am,
show.
screen is not changing. Screen is not changing. It is showing runtime disconnected. The option are close and reconnect.
Yeah, just a minute, sir, just a minute. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Now it is okay.
So now
Now it is moving, ma'am.
this one represents the relationship between profile visits and how many followers gained for my Instagram post. So for that, the diagram from the diagram, I can say that there is a linear relationship between profile visits and followers. So if the number of persons visits my Instagram post increases, then automatically followers are also increases. If they visit my profile, then they become my followers. So automatically the conversion rate is increase. They become my followers. So that is the meaning of this particular. Now the next thing is we are going to use the main part of our. We are going to work with the core component of this particular part decision. So what does this mean? We are going to use our model. So what is our model means? We are going to use passive aggressive regressor model for training this particular impression dataset, Instagram impression dataset. So for this, we are going to use this particular passive aggressive regression model to predict how what is the reach or what is the impression rate of my Instagram posts. So for that, first there is a need to split my dataset into training dataset and test dataset. Okay. So before training my model, I need to split the data set into training data set and test data set. So here itself it is mentioned that the test data set is of 20%. As usual, according to thumb rule, the training data set size is 80%. So according to this, the model used is passive aggressive regression model, and the model did the accuracy of 0.84%. So here is how we can train the model to predict the reach of the Instagram post, that is model.fit or model.score. And next one is I'm going to test my model by giving the feature values. What are all the features? I'm going to take the features as likes, saves, comments, shares, profile visits, and follows. So these are all the feature values I'm going to pass inside my model. So this model predicts the value. And suppose if I am getting the input from the user, you can give the values, you can give the all these values, all these six values from the user, and if these values will be passed as features to the model will predict the values. Let us predict the reach of the Instagram post by giving the input as 40,000, 3,000, 1,000, 15,000, 5,000, and 7,000. Then it will predict the value. The reach of the Instagram will be 1 lakh, that is 13,65,360. So this is what I want to convey uh, during this particular
இல்ல
session.
உங்களுக்கு இன்னைக்கு தான்
So I think
எனக்கு 16
I
20 சார்
conveyed
உங்களுக்கு 17 சார்.
what I want to inform through how to analyze the Instagram impression data. What is impression and what is the difference between impression and reach? How we can analyze this particular reach data using different types of machine learning model. I think it is the time for break. So after a small break, I think we will resume our session. I think so. If any of you people are having anybody is having any doubts, you can ask me now in this session. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me now.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful session. If I would like to gain more insights in this topic, could you please refer some sources which could I refer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is this particular. You can refer Gaggle, ma'am. Gaggle. Gaggle is the very beautiful source where you can get into the all the information is available in Gaggle itself.
Is it an open source or any payment system, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Open source dataset itself is open source. It is available. You can download it. You can analyze the data. You can add your own data. You can check. It is open source.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other doubts, queries? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
We'll
you.
be having a break for 15 minutes and the meeting will be resumed at 11:15.
Thank you.
ஆமாண்ணா வாங்க. அப்படியா? ஓட்டு கேட்டாரா? ஆ ம். டீ குடிச்சிட்டீங்களா இல்லையா? என்னாச்சு? பிகேஜி ஏகப்பட்ட பேர் பண்ணாங்க. ஆ என்ன மேடம் ரீல்ஸா?
பண்றேன்.
ட்விங்க்கிள் வரல எனக்கு பண்ணது. வேண்டாம்.
எப்ப அவுட் பஸ்ல போனா அவுட் பஸ்ல பாருங்க
என்ன பண்ணி
எங்க அம்மா விட்டு சத்தம் போடுறாங்க எங்க அப்பாவுக்கு தெரியாது எங்க அப்பா வந்தது எங்க அம்மா காலையில சொன்னாங்க
Participants, the session is about to start.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning again. Shall we resume our session now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you. Sorry for the delay. Share the screen. Is my presentation slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
let me continue this session with analysis of Instagram post. So for this session, I'm going to consider the data set which captures the details like number of comments received for a post, number of likes received for a particular post, timestamp, the time at which the particular post was provided or made, the number of followers each user has at present, then the number of Instagram handles each user follows, then the gender of each Instagram user, number of total posts each user has posted, how many number of posts each user has have, and so many information is available. And for this, I am going to give you. I am with the help of Python code. We are going to get the answer for a set of questions like this. So this is what the way in which we are going to have this particular session. So for this, the data set has the information like this: the number of comments, number of likes for each and every post, the post time at which the post was made, the number of followers, the number of Instagram handles each user follows, gender, total post each user has posted, and some other information is also there. So now let us switch on to the corresponding Colab. Is the screen visible? Colab screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Colab screen visible. Yes, yes. Thank you. So here, as usual, we are going to include the necessary Python libraries. As usual, pandas library, numpy library, matplotlib, and cbond for plotting the graphs and all. And for this is since this particular data set consisting of n number of rows, I'm going to cut. That is, I'm going to consider only first 20,000 rows into the pandas data frame, and remaining data rows are removed from this. So this particular data set is consisting of it is of a CSV file, and in consisting of features like this content and display URL, number of comments, number of likes, the type of the post, short code assigned to this, the timestamp, the time at which the particular post was made, topic, user ID, like this, different n number of features and attributes are available. So I will show you the attributes. So these are all the attributes available: number of followers, number of following, number of posts, gender, like this. We are having different features available. So first, we are going to get the information of this particular data set. So this particular the column wise the information is available here. So just I display first 5 rows. Then I'm going to display the first that is the all the 14 features information. So here it will display totally 15 columns. 15 features are available, including the ID. 15 features are available, and first thing is fill up the all the details with the if any of the feature is containing missing values, then fill up the missing values with a 0 by using the method called fill NA of 0. So by using this, that all the values are filled with zeros. After filling up, if you display the same information, then it will be automatically after filling up, if you see that, then again it will contains the not net values that will be displayed. And if you want to address the first query, okay, I am going to toggle between the uh, slide and the corresponding Google Colab. Okay. So the first question is, which Instagram ID has the highest number of followers? So here you are having the different attributes. The attributes consisting of user ID as well as Instagram ID. Instagram ID, Instagram content, display URL, number of comments available here, number of likes given to that particular Instagram ID, and user ID is also there. Okay. So, but the question is, which Instagram ID has the highest number of followers among all the Instagram IDs available? So, in order to consider this, I'm going to group by. I'm going to use the function called the group by ID of number of based on ID. I'm going to group the number of followers by using the additive function called sum. So with that help of by aggregating the sum of the values, the number of followers based on ID, I can get into the maximum number of followers who can follow this particular ID. So if you display the first 5 IDs, then it will be displayed here. Okay. So the ID will be of some 10 to 12 digit ID. So these are all the maximum number of followers. ID with the maximum number of followers will be displayed here. Are you able to see the output? Anyone just respond, please? Are you able to see the output? Anyone please respond here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So these are all the information that we will get it in the output. The maximum number of followers. The first one based on ID. The first 5 values will be the first 5 IDs will be displayed, and the corresponding number of followers in the each ID. So 27,998 followers are the maximum number of followers for 5 IDs has the maximum number of followers. So the first query, which Instagram ID has the highest number of followers? 5 Instagram IDs has the same number of highest number of followers following 5 Instagram IDs. And if I move to second query, which Instagram ID has received the highest number of comments? So for this, I'm going to execute the query as, for this I'm going to get into the code. I'm going to write the code as maximum follower. We have to write, you have to take the index value, the question, and try to understand the question, please. Highest number of comments, which Instagram ID has received the highest number of comments. So for this, first try to understand the number of features available in the data set. Here the same like highest number of comments is also available in the data set itself. ID is also available in the data set itself. So here you can get the maximum number of followers as well as the maximum number of IDs with respect to the corresponding value. Before going to that, if you want to identify the ID with the maximum number of followers only, then we can go with corresponding maximum number of followers sum. From the sum, you based on the index value, you can get into the only the ID value, and you can print the maximum follower and the corresponding ID here. So next we move to the second question. So here, as usual, you are having the number of comments. It is available in the feature as number of comments, and based on ID you can group, and number of comments you can group. As usual, aggregation you can give it as the sum. So based on, you have to sum up based on the number of comments, and if you display the first 5 values will be displayed. So maximum number of comments will be 8, 14, 21, 6 and 29. So for this you can get into the first 5 IDs. For this also you can get into the corresponding maximum number of comments as 11,967. The corresponding ID with the maximum number of comments is that will be also displayed here. So next I move to the third query, which Instagram ID has the highest number of likes overall. So for this highest number of likes, I have to check whether highest number of likes is a separate attribute or not. Yes, it is also a separate attribute. number of likes also separate attribute, separate feature available. So this is also you can go with as usual. Here you can based upon first three queries more or like same. So as usual, you can based upon you can take the number of likes feature group by based on ID, and you can get into the aggregate sum value. And if you display the corresponding ID and the corresponding value will be displayed. Among this, if you want to get into the maximum sum value, you can get into the index value, maximum number of likes, and the corresponding ID will be. This is the ID, maximum ID, and the corresponding maximum number of likes will be the 3 lakhs, that is 3 lakhs 14,012. Sorry, 3 lakhs 1,412 will be the maximum number of likes for this particular ID. So the next question will be of which Instagram ID has posted the greatest number of posts. So for this, I'm going to check with whether the number of posts is separately available or not. Yes, number of posts, post type is available. Number of posts is also available. Yes, the feature number 13 is number of posts. So based upon this, I can get into this. So go to this number of posts. So the same thing. So here you can have, it is very much similar to the first three queries. So based upon group by ID and number of posts, based upon aggregate function sum, you can get into the maximum number of posts. Corresponding first 5 values will be displayed, and from the maximum number of posts, you can based upon the index value, you can get into the maximum number of post value corresponding ID value. So the maximum number of post value will be 8110 and the corresponding IDs. So these number of IDs have the values 8110. See the IDs, maximum number of IDs. I mean these IDs will have the n number of IDs. Maybe in terms of hundreds, the IDs will have the number of posts 8110. Next, I will move to the next question. What will be the relationship between gender and number of followers? Do males have a greater number of followers on an average? So for this query, we have to identify the relationship between two attributes. Here we are having only that is here you are having Instagram ID and the number of posts. But here we have to identify the relationship between two attributes. Gender is one attribute and another one is number of followers. And among this, we are having another one question. Do males have a greater number of followers on an average? Another one question. So either male or female is having greater number of followers on an average, that we have to identify. So for this purpose, we are going to consider, that is group by gender, then number of followers, aggregate and an average. Therefore here you have to make use of a function called mean. So here and an average, therefore here we are going to use an average function as mean value. So based on the feature called number of followers and based on the group by gender. So gender, here we are having three values. Suppose that is in addition to two values, female and male, this particular data set consisting of two more values. The reason is that some of the entries consisting of unknown values and some of the entries consisting of female is represented as FE. That is a short note. That is as a short it is written as FE. But male values are all correctly written as MVA. So in out of different number of posts, this much of posts are available as unknown posts. Unknown number of posts are available nearly that is 2 lakhs number of posts are available as unknown. Nearly 1,25,000 posts are that is number of followers are there for E category. And for female category, there are nearly 25,000 followers are there. And for male category, nearly more than 10,000 followers are there. So I am going to leave these two categories because these two categories are unknown and FE. Therefore, I leave these two categories. I'm going to consider only female and male category. And compared to these two, female category has the highest number of followers. Therefore, if we consider the query relationship between gender and number of followers, yes, we can identify. And the compared to male, female persons having the number of followers as high compared to male. So the next question is: do males get a greater number of likes for their post on an average? So again, here you are going to compare the relationship between gender and the number of likes. So for that, I'm going to consider the attributes as number of likes with gender and an average. Therefore, I'm going to take the consider the aggregation as one. So in general, simple logic is that if you want to consider, if you want to identify the highest or maximum like that value, then you can consider the sum. If you want to greatest value like that, if you want to identify an average, then you have to take the aggregate value as mean. So here you can consider the mean, and the field or feature used to use number of likes, and the gender is, and the gender is used as, and another attribute used is gender. So now you can identify. Again, here you are having four different classes: unknown and FE, female and male. So here you are having number of likes for unknown category is nearly 6,000, and for FE category is nearly 2,000 plus, and female category is nearly 500 plus, and male category is nearly 200 plus. So according to this, this particular female category gets a higher number of likes compared to male category. So likewise, you can get into, you can check n number of comparisons. You can make n number of comparisons between the different types of attributes present in this particular data set. This particular data set consisting of number of comments, number of likes, post types, that is the number of followers, number of posts, and all those things. So you can get into, you can analyze in different way what are all the different types of followers are using, or what type of gender has highest number of followers, or what type of comments are followed by what type of persons. Any type of analysis you can do with the help of Python code. And the next thing is, do females get a greater number of comments on an average? So that is, are females better at conversations in Instagram interactions? So this is what we can say, that if you get an answer for this particular question, we can come into the conclusion, the second part. So is the females better at conversations in Instagram interactions? So that is the from the answer, by getting the answer for the first question, you can get into the conclusion for the second part. Okay. So for this, the number of the attributes you need to consider is the females get a greater number of comments. So you have to consider the gender as well as comments. So for that, you have to go to the corresponding number of comments as well as gender, and the aggregate function is mean. So here also we are having four categories. For unknown category, the number of comments is nearly 47, and for FE category it will be nearly 2 or 3, and for female category the comments will be of nearly 67 plus, and male category the comments will be of 3 or 4. So it's again, female category gets highest number of comments compared to male category. Therefore, the females have, we can come into the conclusion that the females have better conversation in Instagram interactions. And the next one is, which topic category is most popular? So we have to identify what topic is going on, hot topic. What is the hot topic today? So that one we can understand, or we can analyze with the help of by executing the Python code. For this, you can get into the comment with the help of correlation. So here you are having number of posts, number of followers, how many number of posts are followed by how many number of followers, and you can get into the value like this. So you can get into the hot topic. So number of posts, number of followers, you can get into by taking into account So here you are having how many number of, here you are having point 4, point 5 followers are following this much number of 3500 posts. So here the topic is not mentioned. So if you get into the topic also, then you can include the topic wise. If you want to include the topic, you can get into the, if you have topic in the particular specific comment, then you can get into the corresponding topic also in the chart. So likewise, you can get the different types of analysis on the Instagram data, and you can get into the details further with the help of this Instagram data. You can, with the help of a Python code, you can get into deep insight into different analysis you can perform on this particular Instagram post. So this is what I want to convey you people on this second half. If you are having any doubts or any queries, you can ask me. This dataset is also freely available. It is open source dataset. The dataset name is here itself it is mentioned here. It is Instagram data. It is comma separated value file. IG underscore all is the dataset name, that is Instagram data. So this dataset is also freely available open source dataset, and it consisting of it is more than 1 lakh information available in this particular dataset. For time being, I am going to consider only 20,000 rows for analysis purpose. So, if you are having any doubts, you can ask me.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
How can I import the data, Instagram data into Google Colab for the analysis?
Sir, are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, madam.
Ah, yes. Sir, this is the place where we can import the files. So go to this, and here you are having an option for importing the files, uploading the files from your local drive. If you click this, then I am having my file in my download section. So this is my Instagram data, or this is my another data available. So if you click this, open this, a file will be available. Are you able to see, sir?
Yes,
Are
madam.
you?
But how to generate that Excel file, ma'am? Means Instagram data in Excel file.
If you want to generate
Yes, sir.
your own data set, if you want to, so that is simple. You go on that is open your Excel sheet, whatever information you want. For example, if you want to create 5 or 6 information, for example, only 6 different types of data: ID, content, number of likes, number of posts, okay, number of followers, simple. So include that, okay, then save it as .csv. Include some information. Suppose if you want to get real time data, okay, so from the original Instagram, then you have to include web scraping tools. Sir, are you able to understand? There are different ways you can generate synthetic data, or you can generate, or you can download from already existing data. You can download, or you can download real-time data, real-time Instagram data, by using web scraping tools from the Instagram itself. For example, last 1 month data, if you want to download, last till previous day, till yesterday, if you want to download, then you can use web scraping tool to download your Instagram data. If you download, then you can convert it into CSV file and you can use that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. nowadays this particular Instagram and from Twitter and from Facebook, main challenge in working with these data sets is identification of offensive spam identification, or otherwise whether the particular data set consisting of any that is any data which is anything which is not that is what we see that that is not in the correct format. For example, code mixer data, that is that the data will be represented in multiple languages, and the data which is not in a that is not represented in a proper way. So these types of data can be represented as that is those data may be called as that we can also say that these data are also called as offensive data. Offensive data in the sense the data which can lead to some that can be miscommunicated by the persons, and that leads to problem between, and based on that there may be some problems may occur between the communities. So these may leads to problem between the communities. So these things can be identified at the earliest when it can be talked between the persons. These things can be identified at early stage itself, and those comments or those things can be blocked, means then these problems can be avoided at the early stage itself. So for this in order to avoid this, there will be separate challenges may be conducted during these years. And last year 2023 also a lot of challenges were given by so many communities. One such challenge is done by LTEDA and Dravidian Landtech. They developed, they provided lot of challenges to identify these types of vulnerable posts. Those things are called vulnerable. Actual meaning is vulnerable post, either in Twitter or in Facebook or in Instagram post, and the identification of all these things in any regional languages, not only in English, but in any regional languages, Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, like that, any regional language that can be identified. And if you identify that particular thing at early stage, then lot of problems will be avoided. So that is the motivation behind those challenges. And in 2024 also the same challenge is going to be conducted. And if you people are interested, go and refer Dravidian Land Tech and LTEDI 2024. Okay. So already two versions were released, and if you are interested, you can register and you can get lot of data sets are available. Those data sets, if you register for those share task, these things are also called as share task challenges. So if you register for these share tasks, the data sets will be provided freely to you. You can use for your research purpose. That is another thing. You can use it for your research purpose. These data sets will be freely available for you. If you are having any clarifications needed regarding this, you can contact me. I'll give you further information regarding this. Lot of data sets, nearly 20 to 25 different data sets are available in this particular Shatos competition.
Ma'am, please send your Gmail address into chat box so that we can get the data set.
Yes. Just I shared my Gmail address. If any of you got interested in attending or participating in these Shatos competitions, then otherwise, if you Google it, all these things available. If you register it, you can get into the things. Most of the challenges are related to identifying the vulnerability in the text data only. All these operations are related to that is YouTube comments only. Generally talk about social media identification of vulnerability in social media comments only, using machine learning and deep learning tools.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
How to download live dataset from the Instagram, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I already told you. If you want to download a live data set, you have to use web scraping tool. It's a separate process. Web scraping process. You have to use web scraping code to download the dataset from the net, Instagram directly.
Ma'am, what is meant by scribing process, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hmm.
What's your doubt?
Ma'am, what is meant by scribing process, ma'am?
Web scraping means suppose if the data is available in the website, that is, it is online, it is available in online. Then you have to download it. It is not possible to actually download it directly. Therefore, you have to use the code or you have to write the Python code to in order to extract the contents which are available as a real-time data. So Instagram data, if you, for example, here if you take the chat that is chat box which is available at the right hand side of this meet. So in a fraction of second, the n number of messages are displayed. So if you want to extract all this information in a real-time manner, it is very difficult. So what we need to do, we have to write a code to extract the information which is available at this particular chat box. So the same process is applied in any YouTube comments, whatever it may be, whether it is Instagram or it is Facebook or Twitter, whatever, or chat GPT, chat box or anything. If you want to extract the original data, that is what is displayed there, then you have to write the code. That process is called, that entire process. If you want to extract real-time data, what is going on there, that entire process is called web scraping process.
Okay, ma'am.
Extracting the data in a real-time manner. That process is called web scraping process. Lot of tools are available. Ma'am. You can use that particular tool. It is a separate process. You can use that particular tool, and data collection itself is a separate task. You have to allocate. It will take nearly one week of time to get 1 month of information. Are you able to understand, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Participants, if you're having any doubt, you can ask, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It was such an insightful and engaging session. It was truly enlightening. Participants, the feedback form link has been posted in the chat box. Please take a moment to provide your valuable feedback. Finally, we have come to the end of today's session. We extend gratitude to the organizing team whose dedication and meticulous planning have made this event possible. We would like to thank our esteemed resource person, Dr. S.V. Kokilavani ma'am, whose expertise and insights will illuminate our understanding of deep learning in social media analytics. Thank you, ma'am. We would like to thank the distinguished faculties and researchers. Your presence enriches this program with diverse perspectives and valuable contribution. Thank you all for being part of this exciting journey. Let us embark on this week with enthusiasm and a shared commitment to academic excellence and discovery.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all for your participation in this session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Thank you.
participants, the next session is tomorrow at 10 a.m.